What's up, the Woke Nation? Family and friends, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Welcome to the Woke Nation TV, where we feel free to spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without feint or favor. Speaking what we know, not what we believe, but what we know. The truth we know. And no truth is permanent, except it is based on facts. Every truth must be based on facts, not on falsehood, not on fairy tales, not on personal opinion, not on general opinion, not on fiction, not on religion, not on spirituality, but facts. Because that's the only way you can solve a problem or your problem. Knowledge. Knowledge is the greatest. Without knowledge, you won't be thinking for yourself. You'll be thinking what others want you to think. You'll be believing what others want you to believe instead of believing in yourself. The true belief is believe in yourself. If you must believe, believe in yourself. Because you alone know yourself. No God know you. No devil know you. No other person know you but you. So you must know yourself. Man, know thyself. Woman, know thyself. That's the way we can achieve something tangible and something that will last for us. I want to speak on the converted believers. Converted believers. The reason why Africans are suffering today as we speak, and it seems like there is no solution to their problem, is because they have been converted to believe in lies as the truth. They have been converted to accept lie as the truth. They believe in what the Jewish writers designed for them to believe, to accept. Remember that the most people in the world today are influenced. Their thinking has been influenced. Their way of living has been influenced by the Jewish writers. You say, how do you mean? I will explain again. Most people in the world today belong to Abrahamic religions, the three Abrahamic religions, which are Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. The first one is Judaism. That is the foundation where others, built on and added their own falsehood to it. Because you can only add false to false, lies to lie. Lie and truth cannot coexist. They cannot exist together. You cannot add lies to truth. You cannot. You can only add lie to lie, which is what they did in giving people Christianity and Islam. Christianity and Islam are built on the lie called Judaism. So that's how they mess up our mind. That's how they corrupted our mind through those lying texts called Torah. Every Jew believes in the content of Torah. And Torah have what? What the Jewish writers wrote. Then they are the one that wrote the 5 books of Moses, right? Yes. So Torah is Jewish writing. It has nothing to do with Africans. Then you have Christians. Christians believe in the Bible. Every Christian believes in the Bible. Every Christian carry Bible. Although even the Bible itself tells them the Bible is not complete, but they believe is the Word of God. In Bible you have the 5 books, the Old Testament. The Old Testament is written by who? The Jewish writers. And every Christian believes the content of the Old Testament, when they're reading them, is messing up their mind. So that's what they believe. That's what they believe. Every Jew, every Christian believe that God made woman out of man's rib, because their mind has been messed up to believe that. Although no one can prove that. Their self-nature is against that. No man, no woman was made out of rib. No. We naturally made a man have sex, injected the sperm into the woman, and the woman bring forth their kind. So nature, man came into existence through by nature, just the way animals came into existence, just the way trees came into existence. Then every Christian that read Old Testament believe in what the Jewish writers wrote about themselves, telling them lies. That one God created everything you see in the world, and the whole world is in his hand. He can deal with whoever he wants. Then Muslims. Every Muslim believe in Quran. They read Quran. And in Quran you have the 5 books of Moses. Who wrote the 5 books of Moses? Which is called Pentateuch. Jewish writers. And every Muslim believe that. So you see, these 3 major religions that have been destroying the world, that have been destroying the minds of many people in the world, they have the same belief in the same lies, yet they are not united. Because in religion you cannot have truth, and where there is no truth, there is no peace. Where there is no truth, there is no unity. Where there is no truth, there is war. And that's exactly what we're having in this world today. Because those wicked men, those evil men, decided to corrupt the minds of men. Especially the Africans, who were true people living their true life in unity, in peace, in prosperity, without bothering someone else. Africans were the builders. When they saw the builders, they brought the stone that the builders rejected. And because the builders rejected that stone, they begin to force the builders to accept that stone and abandoning their own science, abandoning their own true way of living. So today, majority of Africans, if not all Africans, are converted believers until the factual truth comes to set them free. So, converted believers, when in every religion, like those 3 major religions that I mentioned, where you see majority of black people, they are the true believers in those religions. Black people are the true believers in every religion because they are converted believers. That religion is not theirs. Their ancestors know nothing about that religion. Their ancestors rejected that religion, but they were forced to accept it. So it has nothing to do with Africans. Any African that is a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim is a converted believer. And they are true believers in that religion, Judaism or Islam or Christianity. Black people are the true believers in them. If you go there, you see black people that are, if you go in Judaism, black people are more serious in it than the Jews. In Christianity, black people are more serious in it than the Europeans who gave them Christianity. In Islam, black people are more Muslim than the Arabs who gave them Islam. And you see that you see them inventing many things to support that faith. Why the people that gave them that faith are not serious with that faith? There are many Jews that don't go to synagogue. There are many Arabs that don't go to mosque. There are many Europeans that don't go to church. But how can you be African Jew and not go to synagogue? How can you be an African Christian and not go to church? How can you be an African Muslim and not go to mosque? It's a taboo. In fact, your parents will kill you. They will hate you if you say you are not going to synagogue or to church or to mosque. while saying you believe in that God of Abraham. Understand that converted believers are the worst people to deal with. The hardest people to deal. They cannot reason with you outside their box. They cannot reason with you except you use their book. And that's why people like me are using the book like Christianity, the Bible that Christians know. I am using it to open their eyes, showing them the content of the Bible as a coded book. It's a book of lies, just like Torah, just like Quran. The Bible is a book of lies. There's no truth, no single truth in the Bible, no single truth. There's no word in the Bible that is truth, no single one. The same goes to Torah, the same goes to Quran. There is no single word in all those holy books that is true. All of them are lies. You have to be a converted believer to accept them. But when you think for yourself, when you believe for yourself, when you believe in yourself, know that you have brain to think for yourself, you will discard them, you will burn them, you will destroy them. That's when you can use it to show your people the evil in that book, the lies in that book. And you know what they will tell you? No, you are carnal. You need a spiritual eyes to understand it. But I used to preach it. You used to call me a man of God. You used to call me a mobile Bible. I used to preach and people give their life to Jesus. I used to preach and people begin to accept Christianity or whatever new movement in Christianity like Pentecostal. I used to preach that. Are you telling me that when God give you a spiritual eyes, God will take it out again? Of course, you know that God is stupid. He does that. Stupid God that changes. He has all power. Like some people say, oh, you are in America, you abandon God. God made you go to America. And they are praying, you know, they are wishing, they are asking people in America to send them money. God cannot send them to America. Because that's what they always think. They always look for something to put you down. To think, oh, frustration is why you are saying that. Which frustration? When you want to see frustration, go to any religion. Every ardent worshipper in any religion, they are frustrated. That's why they accept the lies as truth. You have to be frustrated to accept the lies of the Bible. You have to be frustrated to accept the lies of those people who are preaching God, who are preaching Jesus, who are preaching religion. You have to be frustrated. That's when they prophesy to you, you believe because you are frustrated. Your life is confused. You don't know what is happening, what is going on. You think someone is against you. You are frustrated. You don't know the solution to your problem. That's why you believe their lies. They ask you, they want to pray, they have to pray. You accept it. And they begin to pray nonsense. Why their own life is full of problems. Understand that Judaism is a religion, or a paper religion, a religion of paper. It's not real. All the stories there, they are fiction. It has nothing to do with reality. There was no person that lived among men that was named Moses. No. Moses was a fictional character. The same thing, Abraham. If Abraham is your father and Abraham never existed, what does that make you? Can you think now? When you understand, when you know that Abraham never existed, you will see how easy you will deliver yourself from the bondage of religion. Religion of Abraham. It's Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. It's easy for you to deliver yourself. When you know Moses is the leader or the founder of Judaism, Moses never existed. What does that make Judaism to be? Paper religion. People just wrote it and they forced people to accept it. Moses never existed. Jesus is the founder of Christianity. As they told us, Jesus Christ never existed. There was no person, a living being that once walked among men, among human beings, that was Jesus Christ of Nazareth or Jesus Christ the Son of God. No, it is a fictional character called Jesus Christ. The same goes to Islam. There was no person that lived among men, among human beings, that lived like you and I, that was called Muhammad. Muhammad never existed. Yet Africans have been converted to accept those lies of Judaism, those lies of Christianity, those lies of Islam as the truth. You need to trash it. Trash it and stop destroying yourself. Those Abrahamic religions were given to you to confuse you, to divide you, to keep you separated from your kind, to keep you hating your kind, to keep you hating even the color of your skin, keep you hating your culture, keep you hating your tradition, because that's what they designed them to be or to do. They designed them to keep you ignorant, to keep you divided, to keep you hating one another. Look at those people that gave Africans Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Are they building synagogue as Africans are building? Are they building churches as Africans are building today? Are they building mosques as Africans are building today? Everywhere in the Africa, every nooks and cranny, you see churches, you see mosques, you see synagogues. Africans worshiping what they know not. And they are ready to kill for it. They are ready to die for it. They are ready to divide for it. They are ready to destroy for it. And they say they know what they are doing. No, you don't, Africans. No African Christian know what he's doing or she is doing. No African Jew know what he or she is doing. No African Muslim know what he or she is doing. Especially our mothers, African mothers. They are the cause of why many young Africans, educated Africans, they cannot use their brain. The mothers want their children to be to believe what they believe. They want their children to accept their religion, and they will cry if you don't accept it. But you have your brain. Your mother have her brain. If your mother abandoned our African ways for Christian way or for Muslim way or for Jewish way, why is it a taboo for you to abandon those ways that our mothers embraced out of ignorance? Yes, our Christian parents are ignorant. Our Muslim parents are ignorant. Our Jewish parents are ignorant. They know not what they worship. But they indoctrinated us to accept that God concept, that God idea, that there is one God in heaven, and there is heaven where you will go after death. They abandoned the way of our ancestors. You may not know how it happened, but I have been saying that. Let me throw some light again, just a few moments. They killed our fathers and forced our mothers to embrace Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. That's how it got rooted. Our ancestors were builders. They rejected that stone called Abrahamic religion. They rejected it. They know it's not true. But they came and killed them, raped them, kidnapped them, and forced those who survived to accept it, especially women. A woman wouldn't allow anything to happen to her children. A man don't care. A man will kill himself. Fight to die to save his wife and his children. But a woman, little thing, oh, okay, please, okay, so if I accept Jesus, okay, my children, yeah, say Jesus is Lord, accept it. Okay, so they will not kill you. But the earlier African mothers did that in hope that when their children come of age, they can think for themselves and fight, because they needed men to fight. If African men and African women join together, you will see how formidable they are. You cannot defeat Africans. Look at all the wars that have been happening in the world. It's Africans that is the people that Africans support that always win. Even in the American war, read the history. Because we are the builders. Whatever we put hands into prospers. And that's what they are envious of. That's why they came after us. But the truth shall prevail. They use those religions to destroy us. It is time we know the truth and destroy those religions out of our life and think for ourselves. We are, if you read like Matthew chapter 23, verse 15, you see how they converted us. They crossed rivers, overseas. They came to us and converted us and make us children of devil to wise than they are. And today they don't even care about that God. They don't care about those religions. It is the Africans that won, fighting for that God, fighting for that religion. And they think they are more Catholic than Pope. They think they are more rabbi than whoever is the leader of Judaism. They think they are more Muslim than Muhammad. Africans, it's time you wake up and stop being a converted believer. Be a believer in yourself. Be a believer in your own things. Stop believing in foreign things that is working against you. Know yourself and be yourself. Heal thyself. That is healthy self. You need to heal yourselves, Africans, and live as a people again. Peace.